Definitely a full-up basement, though. Oh, because he spawned right here, homie. Alright, let's check out our Managere. Managere, how is everyone doing tonight? Or if you're watching the replay, how are you now? Are you well? I hope you're well. Anyways, yeah, so this is a very realistic ghost hunting simulation game. Why not live? It says I'm live. Make sure I'm not like super loud. And what ends up happening in this game is that you, Conrad Stevenson, go off to investigate different locations for their paranormal happenings. It is fun, and I believe I can gather enough information to help put their minds at ease. There are a couple of things that we'll do probably immediately. Just head off to Evergreen, where we have 2 fully explored ghosts and a couple other things that we can try to pick up while we're there. Pick up the relics, and then you know, do all that stuff. We have the dots pen, we have that parabox, which is fun. Go down this line. Alright. Still gonna investigate my own office. So let's hit up the inbox. Tammy went. So, man of average build, violent choking sound had vanished, shadow moving out of the corner of the eye, disembodied voice, yeah. Young children who share a room that they have an imaginary friend about their age. We already fully explored that ghost. We don't need that. And we don't need that. So basically, what happened here is for Tammy and her family moving into Evergreen Lane. They've been there for about a year. It's an old farmhouse that has been renovated and sold quite a few times. A fresh, inviting feel. However, unfortunately, my husband and I are convinced the home is haunted. I believe I first experienced anything supernatural. Began hearing odd sounds like footsteps coming from upstairs while I was home alone on the main floor. My husband would tell me I was just hearing things until he had an experience himself. He was in the garage a few months back and swears to have seen a man of average build suddenly appear. First, he thought someone had broken into the garage, but he made eye contact with him. Then a violent choking sound had vanished. Since then, my husband has been more sympathetic to my concerns. Recently, we've started catching glimpses of a shadow moving out of the corner of our eyes. Once, immediately after seeing the shadow, I heard a sinister, disembodied voice. Our youngest children who share a room state that they have an imaginary friend, a child who is about their age. Initially, we thought it was just imaginative play, but we are experiencing these oddities. I'm fearful that they may be all connected. We have also experienced kitchen items being thrown about. Sometimes we simply hear a ruckus from the kitchen, but other times there's really a mess on the floor to be cleaned up. On one occasion, a jam jar mysteriously shattered on the floor. I went to grab a broom to clean the mess, but when I turned back around, the mess vanished and everything was put back in place. It doesn't seem like we are in any danger, but these events have our family shaken up. Could you please help us? I know you prefer to do your investigations overnight, so we'll make arrangements to ensure the house is available for you. I look forward to your response. Thanks in advance. Well, Tammy, let's go and take a look. What notes do we have for Evergreen Lane that can tell us about the things that are happening? We have 2 different sales records. This was originally built by the Carters in 1902. And then we have Connor here in the 1950s. These are 2 very important names when it comes to the entities in the household. As far as the poltergeist, I have no idea. Not a clue. The 4 things in the house. Remodeling and alterations. Front and rear facing porches. Master bathroom to replace original bedroom. Which would be downstairs on the 1st floor. Walk-in closet off master bathroom. Yep. 2nd story addition, 2 bedrooms. Basement egress to be sealed. That appears to be everything that we have when it comes to that. We don't need this photo. That would be the photo of Elizabeth Carter, who we have done a full investigation for. A little girl who died in the house of tuberculosis. The daughter of the Carter family. We've also done a lot of investigation of Thomas Carter, but that is about as far as that has gone. And Private Connor, Still need to do more on. There are a whole bunch of notes to be found. Let's run in and see what we can find. Log off. Also did a little bit of research reading into some of the other locations. So we have here Elizabeth Carter, fully filled out. We have the Shadow, who we just need to get some more audio information from. That'll be absolutely fine. We have the Private here, who we need some more information from. But when you see the relic is outlined, you can get everything. So we have all the audio from the Poltergeist and the photos. There's 2 photos for the Poltergeist, which we have collected. So there are 2 relics we can pick up, and there are 2 more ghosts to finish off. They made the Private look so evil. It's so unfair to him. He's not really evil.
It seems like the Wentz family isn't worried about their safety. Although it does seem like they're pretty startled when experiencing something they think is paranormal. I'm sure I'll be able to find enough evidence to support their claims and put their minds at ease.
That's my buddy. It's Conrad. Alright, so let's go and see what notes we can pick up. And I happen to know that we can actually farm EMF off of the relics. The Elizabeth happens to be here. Box of crayons. So let's go ahead and get this information. Get this investigation.
These lights are acting funny. I should continue investigating.
Yep. All the ghosts in New Island have attached themselves to relics, allowing them to haunt a location. It is important to obtain the relic for a particular ghost if you would like to release the ghost from the mortal plane. Once the outline of the relic is visible in the ghost profile menu, you will be able to find them the next time you visit the location. A relic will produce EMF until you pick it up. This helps validate mundane objects from having special energy. Relics are inventory items, and therefore you must have space in your belt to pick it up. Once obtained, relics will only be allowed to be removed from the location once the attached ghost has been released. To bring the relic to a museum, ensure that it is in your inventory when you finalize your investigation. So before we leave, we'll just come back up and pick this one up. Don't really need to worry about anything there. TV, EMF, and then the other one is supposed to be here? Is the cup not the relic for the... Or is it in this room? No? Okay. Odd. Very odd. Let's see if we can find any notes. Because we do need to get a little bit of information about a couple of things. So this was a bedroom. It has been converted into a rather large bathroom. And then they added this closet off of here as well, which is a part of what caused... Ooh, cake. What caused the hauntings that we are seeing. Oh, okay, cool. So he's a little active because we brought notes. Excuse you, did you walk upstairs? Yes, you did.
The EMF meter.
Alright, that gives us all of our EMF information. So the Screaming Shadow that we get information on is actually Thomas Carter, who originally built the house and is Elizabeth's father. I have to look and see if I can't find any more information about him and the reasons as to which he died. There is one more that we end up seeing around, who is typically out in the garage, and that would be Private Connor, who has a very sad and unfortunate story, as most of the ghosts do. Like, last I knew the relic was here. I fully investigated it. Give me my stuff. The first time I ever loaded up this game, I was standing here doing EVP when the shadow came up and was just like hanging out there. It was kind of funny. Alright, well, since there's no notes, let's go outside. Go check out the garage. Oh, we should get temperature information. There is some stuff that can happen. I know there are some notes around here that we need to get for the private. Or do we need to get more from him first before those notes show up? Are there no notes? Unfortunate. Private. You show yourself, buddy? It's kind of like the cool thing. Turn on the... Oh, there it is. So there we go. Community mourns unaliving. Louise noticed that her son was not the same person after coming back from the war. Robert witnessed horrible things while he was away at war. His unit was in the thick of horrendous bloody fighting. Once he came home, the trauma, I lost where I was something he could not escape. He was filled with nightly flashbacks and would awake with feelings of terror like he was still in the trenches. His family saw immense something. He returned home without many friends, as they were all left behind and buried in the soil of the foreign land. After a few years of being home, he became dependent on his habits. He could not break away from them. His family tried to console him, but ultimately could not alleviate his pain. In 1961, at the age of 37, I'm almost 37, he gave in to the sadness and took his own life. In the very same garage he and his father bonded over, which would be where we are now. Oh, yeah, I turned on the radio. And I did not turn it off. Private turned it off. Connor, are you here? Or should I say Robert? Your first name seems to be Robert. So we will see him doing things. We're looking for anomalous temperature spots currently. I could go back and bring that note as a piece of evidence that would activate him. Because as we know, when it comes to Conrad's, the notes that you bring will increase the activity of certain entities that are on the map. So he is, I believe, an intelligent. Like, he will acknowledge you, but he is not a shadow. Like, he has a full on everything. Whereas inside there's the screaming shadow, which is an intelligent, but is a shadow. Private Connor doesn't seem to be necessarily residual. Let's go over to EDP.
Is there anything you'd
see
like
if we can pick up anything that we don't have yet. From what I can tell,
is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Just asking over and over again makes it more likely that you'll get a response. Just ask a bunch of questions.
Do you know why I'm here?
Eventually he'll respond. I don't know if it's tied to some things like the detail, right? Like, look at that. You can see streaks on the windshield. Or
how many people are here?
I can show you some other stuff in a second.
Me?
He walks by here, so if we're going to get an interaction, we should get it around here.
How many people are here?
There's a couple of passives that we're missing, which would be a problem. It would be nice to get... There we go.
Wow,
just me.
That sounded like a response. That is very interesting. Is this your home?
Come on, private, respond.
Is this your
Come
home?
on. Yeah. Just go through and ask our questions one by one until we get something.
Do you like the current family living here?
Very unfortunate story, man. Going off to war, coming back, and just not being able to deal with the horrors.
Family living here?
Which is a very usual story you get. Interesting facts, you know, like Fortunate Son, not a happy Patriot song. Not a happy Patriot song at all. So we go over here. This is normal, I think. Oh no, it wasn't. It is not normal temperature. He did disappear, which is fine. But one thing you'll notice if we're pointing, like, we're over here at the door, 73. So maybe not this map, but other ones too. But look at that. You can see the reflection on the sticker of my thermometer. And it's affected by the light. Isn't that wild? There it is again.
These temp readings are unusual.
Come on, private. So that means he's likely to do something, which means we should get out some EVP.
Why are you here?
Right? Because something is happening.
Why are you here? Do you like the current family living here?
Because all the ghosts do different things. And being an intelligent, I think it's like,
Do you like
we're
the
getting
current
unusual
family living
temperature
here?
readings. That means that he's likely to do something, be it show himself or something else. You can use that as sort of like active gameplay responses for being able to do something.
Why are you here?
His response to that one is pretty sad.
Why are you here?
That I know. That I know. Go here and try it. Be nice to get a photo, mostly just because it adds to everything. I think we already have that one. I'd have to go out and check because I didn't before. You can also turn these lights off. They're very flickery. Very flickery.
Why are you here?
Kind of annoyingly flickery. You need to get your electronics checked.
Why are you here?
Response. Let's try
Why
again.
are you here?
The one thing that does kind of suck about this is when you're trying to get active EVP.
Why are you here?
Or even passive EVP, and just how much you might have to wait for it. Which is why it's nice. Did I get it? I missed that? I missed that? Already, huh? Didn't like it? So now we're getting some anomalous temperatures. Should not be 59 degrees back here.
These temperature readings are definitely paranormal. Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Come on.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Right where we got that attempt.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Let's try it again. This one, these can take a little while.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
I hurt.
Wow, that sounded like a response.
There we go.
It's very interesting. Why are you here?
You tell me why you're here?
Why are you here?
Quick bite of cake.
Why are you here?
We're gonna have to hear that a lot in order to get responses. Very sorry.
Why are you here?
Maybe move, see if we can't get some more passive. I know there's like maybe one or two more. Can't believe I missed that one. I hit it like right when I possibly could have. You can also open up the garages. That is a possibility. Oh. The door. It does seem to interact with this. Turning it off. See? What is this game? This is Conrad Stevenson's Paranormal PI. This is a realistic ghost hunting simulator. The ghost doesn't hunt, it doesn't chase you down or anything. Well, the demons kind of do. But like, you don't die. It's not not an action game, it's more like a puzzle game. So we are trying to get all the information we need on cleansing these ghosts from this home, like actually releasing them and finding out their story.
Why are you here?
Every ghost in this game has a full-on story. All the locations have huge lore. It's amazing. Even more than that, it updates very frequently. It's very detailed. There's a lot of really cool things to it, and it's a single dev. This dev is absolutely bonkers. You know what? We'll take that there. Let's go try the other one. I bought another EVP device. Let's give it a shot. You will also eventually sometimes see the ghosts Mm-hmm. So this is the Paravox. It's this one. This is another device that we can use for asking EVPs. What this does is the ghost can interact with it in a certain way where it can access a data bank of words and give them back to us. So if we ask,
Why are
"Are you here?" if it responds, or if he responds, there we go.
Incredible. I really think this ghost is trying to tell me something.
So if you ask it on the other one, you get the audio where he says that because he didn't die there, since he survived the war and made it back to here.
Do you like the current family living here?
I think they are more likely to respond to this
Do you like the current family living here?
than they are the other device. But unfortunately,
Is this your home?
you've got to ask a lot.
Do you know why I'm here?
Now it's just the pain of going through and asking these all over and over again.
Do you like the current family living here?
But it is fun, all the cool stuff that you get. There's another one. There you go.
Incredible. I really think this ghost is trying to tell me something.
However, you'll notice it doesn't pop up with the thing, so these don't actually count. Right? You can get a touch of the sad story, but it doesn't count.
Is this your
It's
home?
your home. He's here. He's here in the garage because this is where he bonded with his father before he ended himself.
Is this your home?
Oh.
Incredible. I really think this ghost is trying to tell me something.
Can I put this here? I can. So now we need to get this one and then try kind of the same thing here.
Current family living here?
We just need to get these responses, get them all marked down, and then we'll be able to come back and find Piper Connor's relic.
Do you like the current family living here?
Actually, I don't think we can riz Piper Connor because he's an intelligent.
Is this your home?
It also helps to kind of treat it like a game in the sense that
Is this your home?
I can go back to the office and see which questions I need to spam over and over again to get responses. So respond to some number of these.
Is this your home?
You show yourself.
Is this your home?
We'd love to show that. The game also does run a lot slower, not like because of me or anything, in the sense that things just take a little bit longer, right? Ghost hunting is an all-night affair where people hang out in a location and ask a bunch of questions and do different types of investigative things.
Do you like the current family living here?
So it's not the sort of thing where
Wow,
my family.
That sounded like a response.
So that was Dad
Very interesting.
on the other one.
Is this your home?
Sadly, it's a lot of this. Hopefully you like Conrad's voice acting. Hopefully you like mine. We already got EMF evidence. We already got temperature evidence, so don't need to do that. Can go off and see if we can't get more from the shadowy screamer.
Is this your home?
Some of this we might have to try with other devices.
Is this your home?
Which means doing a whole bunch of investigations, because doing the investigation, you can max out at 50 experience, which you get from getting,
is this your home?
I think, 4 pieces of audio evidence, 2 pieces of EMF, 2 temperature anomalies.
Can you tell me your name?
And a photo. If you get all of that, you get a perfect investigation, air quotes. You get 50 experience, and then you get to use that on buying new items in the shop.
Is this your home?
I think actually we need Y here. There might be 2 more that we need. Home? I'm pretty sure we need Y here, and we might need the passive. The passive will be the hardest one to get.
Why are you here?
Heard something.
Why are you here?
I think we have more notes on the screamer, so the screamer is the most likely to show up. Turn on the radio again.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Oh, he turned the radio on. Should have died there. There we
Wow,
go. 100%
that
of audio
sounded like a
evidence for the
response.
GI ghost. We
That's
did
very
it.
Interesting.
Threw my hands up in celebration. All right. So that is GI Ghost. Now that we've been getting all of that, there should honestly be a lot going on for the Shadow Screamer. That was most assuredly not. Also, I love how I'm just like leaving everything open. Excusez-moi? Monsieur?
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Let's go down here and see if we can get anything out of the Screamer. Screamer will be in the basement and upstairs. Once again, this is Thomas Carter, who is the person who originally built the house.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Before we leave, we definitely need to get the crayons from upstairs. And we need to locate the relic for the...
Can you tell me your name?
Or the poltergeist in the kitchen.
Can you tell me your name?
Just damn it. Come on, tell me your name. I don't believe it's residual.
Can you tell me your name?
So he might EVP. Hard to say. Try from up here. In this location? Maybe, so we're like out of the
Tell me your name.
line that he walks, and we're not going to get him just bumping into us, draining our equipment, because that sucks.
Can you tell me your name?
The one thing, like, ghosts don't attack you, but if you run physically into an intelligent ghost, or one of the ones that fades away when you run into it, not the residuals, it does drain the battery on your current in-hand equipment. You fortunately don't have to buy batteries, which, who knows, that might be coming.
Why are you here?
At some point in time. It's
Why
where?
are you
Like,
here?
oh, it's over there. That was here. It's over there, apparently. Right? Yep, this is it. All right. We seem to not be getting... Oh, he turned the light off. Bruh. Pick this up. Go upstairs and get this relic. I think we can actually come back and clear this ghost. There's her whispering. Elizabeth Carter. And then I don't know if there's anything else I can bring back. I don't get a full investigation because I didn't get any photos. Nobody wanted to show themselves. But those are the two relics, and I can get the relic for the private as well. So we get that, we got all the audio evidence, and we got no photos. Sorry. I did my best, but nobody showed up. It does also mean that we are relatively close to clearing that location entirely.
Spirit, turn on some music.
Okay. So also in the Paranormal Museum that we have set up here, those relics go over I know I picked up the crayons. I know I picked up the crayon. Does it only allow me to leave with one of them at a time? That would kind of suck. Would very much kind of suck. Check slime real quick, see how much we got. 62 for the audio devices. We want the parabolic mic, which is amazing for collecting passive audio. How much cost it? 125. The Parabox is fun. The Parabox is fun. They don't actually count towards your EVPs. They're just really cool to use. And then, of course, we have the smudges. Oh, poltergeist, but you can't do those yet. We can do shadows and residuals. Those are the two. So mugwort and juniper. Mine is for intelligence. So these are the two that have had cleansing added. These, of course, will be coming, and there will be an entirely different system for demons. So let's go back and take everything we can for the Shadow Man. I think it's honestly just those two. And I should put everything was put back in place. Yeah, that's everything we have for the Shadow. Nice for Evergreen. There's a police report. September 9th at 5:02 a.m. received a call from Paul Connor stating that his son, Robert Connor, hanging in their family's garage. I thought it was different than that. Whoops. 61. Upon arriving on the scene at 5:28 a.m., observed Robert Connor's body from the garage's door opener track. Determined that the emergency services were of no use, decided to call for the coroner, Mary Byler. Discussed with Paul Connor, who was especially upset that he thought he was to blame for Robert's death because he was always berating his son for being a drunk and needing to get a job. Louise Connor, Robert's mother, appeared to be in a state of shock and could not communicate. She was not violent, not obscene, but could not be settled down. After Connor Byler arrived, so that's all the stuff. I believe that is newer. That we got because we did the rest of the investigation. So one of the things too is that there will be more information here as you gather more information about the everything else there. So this is about acute pulmonary tuberculosis. So this is about Elizabeth and her father Thomas. That's not a lot of distance between those. There's the picture of Elizabeth. Here is many families in the home. Remodeling provokes activity. Can't take this as anything else. The Sheets family, which were between the Carters and the Connors. So these are the two ghosts in the house. I don't know where the poltergeist is coming from. Family. Close up. We'll take the notes that we have, which should give us some more activity on the Shadow. Poop in office, left the light on. So let's go back to Evergreen Lane. See, it shows we have the relic. The relic just wasn't in the office, so I can't take it with me. It's relic as well. Yeah, let's go. You have to take the relic with you in order to perform the exorcism.
It seems like...
Alright. Let's go look upstairs and see if we can't get this kicked off with some information. If that relic is still going to just be here. No, it's not. Where is that relic and what can I do with it? That relic's also not here. Oh boy, I think I was hearing some residual audio. All the ghosts are still here because they remain on the premises until you do your deals. So we're going to go ahead and farm some EMF data off of the relic, which I believe is around here somewhere. Somewhat tied to the ghost. Oh. I mean, it's a square of some kind. Oh, there it is. So we'll just farm our EMF data off of this. We'll get some temperatures inside the house and it all should be fine.
These lights are acting
Because getting
funny.
this will get us experience. It will also up the activity.
The EMF meter should not behave this way. This is paranormal.
We need this. So we need to get EVP data off of our buddy, the Shadow. Let's try it from here.
Can you tell me your name?
I didn't check. I didn't check what his was.
Can you tell me your name?
Come on. You got it.
Why are you here?
Also, maybe just do it from the basement. I don't know what his walking path is in the basement. I know he walks along that wall.
Why are you here?
Also, I'm not sure if it's all passives or not. To go check, see. Don't find any more notes of some kind. You'll sometimes, they lifted them up because they used to be more towards the ground. You would see random, just like hands floating, the interaction symbol. And that was because of the lights in the basement being the way that they were. There are 2 more notes to be found. Come on, we gotta fill out the archive. Definitely a full-up basement, though. Oh, because he spawned right here, homie.
That's extraordinary audio evidence.
Just as I was gonna go start asking him stuff, he spawns directly on me. Dude.
Can you tell me your name?
I could've got a photo.
Why are you here?
Just go through these and see if we get any answers.
Why are you here?
Come on. Yeah, that's, you do need to get those 2.
Like
the ones where
living here?
the intelligent shadows are fading out and they scream something at you, you do need to get that.
Do you like the current family living here?
That is important to your investigation.
Is this your home?
Is this your home? You built this house. I know it's a little different than when you built it, but you did build it. Is this where we need to stand?
How many people
I think he
are
also
here
goes up into the bathroom,
other than me?
which I'm guessing at some point then was the bedroom, maybe?
How many people are here other than me?
And then, assuming because you see Elizabeth upstairs, maybe that was the attic or something. And that would have been the reason why she was up there, because they said that they built 2 additional bedrooms up there. Or, like, I don't know how much of the second story is actually constructed onto the house in the remodeling process.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Just go through this whole set. Then we'll head upstairs, I guess. The unfortunate part about upstairs is that it also involves the poltergeist. We didn't bring any notes for the poltergeist, so it shouldn't be all that active. All the notes that we brought were related to the shadow. The shadow should be the most active out of them all. Don't forget, we do need to get temperature data, so we'll maybe try to catch a bit of that too. That was just the HVAC turning off.
Who would like to speak with me?
There are a lot of ambient noises that go around. Some of them are tricky, I want to say. You notice it's colder down here. 60s is pretty normal. Then you get up here. Oh, there we go. Yep. 50s. This is definitely anomalous cold. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Excuse? Oh, there we go. Really?
These temp readings are...
There we go. Man, you are hard to track down. Usually this is related to something that's going to happen. Need that info? It did sound like passive EVP. Alright, let's try it again.
Can you tell me your name?
Tell me your name. The poltergeist isn't going to give us anything. It just throws a couple things and you can take 2 photos. Although there are some audio stuff you can get.
Why are you here?
Because it throws this down and it throws those down. You have to get the audio from that, you have to take photos of that, and I think there's like 2 other things, which may even have been those. Physical noises.
Is this your home?
Run through this whole set again and see what we get.
Is this your home?
Give it up. Tell me more.
How many people are here other than me?
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
How many people
Sure is.
are here other than me?
Sure is. He's not all passives, is he?
Do you know why I'm here?
If he's all passive, then it's certainly better. See, he recognized me, so he's intelligent.
Do you know why I'm here?
Certainly intelligent.
Is there anything you'd
Definitely
like to
not
tell
giving
me?
up a lot of PvP, though. Definitely not giving up a lot of PvP.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Fucked so much. Trying to get my answers.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with
Okay,
me?
got a photo and he just... I probably could have taken a photo of the disintegrating fog.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
Let's try from the bathroom. I know the ghost sometimes goes into the bathroom. Oh, turn the light off. Look at that.
Can you tell me your name?
So that's another way you can tell he's unintelligent, is that he interacts with the environment in such a way.
Can you tell me your name?
I don't believe Elizabeth upstairs can turn off the lights, but he will turn off that light, this light, and the kitchen light.
Why are you here?
Hope I'm not wasting my time.
Why
I think
are
he can
you
also
here?
spawn in here, so there's entirely a chance we'll just hear him start screaming at me, help me.
Do you like the current family living here?
That is a possibility of things to come.
Do you like the current family living here?
What a story.
Is this your home?
No, apparently not.
Is this your home?
We're getting big fat L's on EVPs.
How many people are here other than me?
Huge L's on EVP.
How many people are here other than me?
Seriously have to get the parabolic and just...
Do you know why I'm here?
This is not going to be fun.
Do you know why I'm here?
It's not going to be fun at all. Oh no, the HVAC's on. That's the... So until we get some more information about him, we're probably not going to get any notes that show up. Considering there's 2 more things, we're probably going to get a note on map, and we're going to get a note that we'll find from
Something is
additional
going on
research.
here.
There we go.
These temperature readings are definitely paranormal.
See, that's the stuff in here. So we're getting poltergeist activity. That's what that was. Which is what that cold spot was referring to.
Why are you here?
So there was a drop in temperature, and then the poltergeist threw things.
Why are you here?
And that's one way that you can track information that's happening in game. Here again.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Kind of annoying. I want to get these last pieces of information.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Although it's kind of funny, right? Robert Connor was berated for being a drunk.
Why are you here?
And everything else. He couldn't handle it. He was relying on his habits, but yet his relic is a photo.
Why are you here?
And I happen to know that Thomas Carter's relic is a flask.
Do you like the current family?
It almost
living
feels
here?
like those should be flipped in some way.
Do you like the current family living here?
Should we maybe go check out Polk Street? Or I could go check and see if the if we get access to that relic. Alright, let's put this down and go get our other equipment. Face the door, it's fine. Buy our other equipment. I'm talking about the Parabox. See if we get any responses in the house on Parabox. I believe we will. A lot more. Error. This is what constantly seems to be happening with me, man.
Can you tell me your name?
25% battery. Because of that.
Why are you here?
I think it said that they interact. There we go.
That may have been a response. Do you like the current family living here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because these things will eventually run out of battery from running into ghosts. I think we can use this
How many
to
people
get
are here other than me?
the things that we can get responses to.
Do you know why I'm here?
Can you give me something?
Do you know why I'm here?
So it does respond to this.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
And just two, obviously.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
I run in and I just immediately run straight into the ghost.
Can you tell me your name?
So it does respond. If we're getting this, we can get EVP. And down here, maybe a little over here, out of potential ghost paths, so we're not getting
Is there
hit by anything.
You'd like to tell me?
I don't think it goes over there. It's specifically here and up there.
Do you like the current family living here?
No. No response? Mad.
That may have been a response. Can you tell me your name?
I wonder. He's mad because they did things. Let's try.
Do you like the current family living here?
Let's ask it again with this one. See if we get a response.
Do you like the current family living here?
It'd be great to get a photo too. That evidence.
Is this your home?
On. Respond.
Is this your
Respond. Respond. I know I can stand here and get responses.
Can you tell me your name?
Just spam it. Oh, it's the HVAC. So what was that noise?
Can you tell me your name?
It's just the wind. Sorry, I played a lot of Tenchu 3. I played a
Tell me your
lot.
name?
Played a lot of multiplayer Tenchu 3. Those were some fun times. You just get to the point where
Tell me
we
your
just say
name.
Tenchu lines kind of because. Master sure loves his money. I
Why are
wish
you
my
here?
wife was here. guards before we would violently murder them.
Why are you here?
With double stealth kills. That game had so much for cool animations. Definitely have to play it on stream sometime.
Do you like the current family living here?
I know you can respond.
Do you like the current family living here?
Just gonna keep asking until you respond to me, bud. Talk.
Is this your home?
Talk. Talkie. Talkie.
Is this your home?
The only thing I keep getting is help me because I keep bumping into your shadow.
Why are you here?
I don't want it. I don't need that anymore. Well, you will bring it into my life.
Why are you here?
I'm wearing my cape because it sometimes gets cold with these ghosties.
Do you like the current family living here?
Let's try to pull up a camera and walk upstairs, I guess.
Do you like the current family living here?
Just in case we can get a photo of them. Let's make some current checks real quick before we start barging around. Okay. Try it again from up here.
Tell me your name.
Tell me your name. Tell me your name.
Can you tell me your name?
Be nice to see him too.
Why
I know
are
the
you here?
model is a little bit different than the image we see. The model almost looks like it's wearing a bit of a gas mask and some clothes. Like, it kind of looks
Why are
like
you
the
here?
things from Half-Life, but it isn't.
Do you like the current family living here?
We know you respond to this one. We know the answer is no.
Do you like the current family living here? Is this your home?
Is this your home?
Is this your home?
Dude, he's being such a pain.
Why are you here?
I'm thinking maybe get the relic, go back to the office, and check out what we do need
Why
from
are you
him,
here?
and then maybe just head off to Polk Street. Just in case we see the private. Let's go. Oh, right. It's his insignia. It's not a photo. Rank. It's last sense. Beady bango. 8, 8, 16. Oh, only 6. We did not get a lot of experience off this one. Hold 22. Alright, most of our experience has been on that map. We do have some other ones. We could try to release the little girl. No. Once again, where is it? It should be here. Should be here, but it's not. It's the Bar Harbor Lighthouse. There's some stuff that we got about that. Jefferson Street. And we haven't done anything for Polk Street yet, so it's over there. Let's go read about Polk Street. I like having them in this configuration. It's my favorite. Max Lauren. Conrad, I moved my family to our new house 6 months ago. Since then, they claim to have experienced strange things they can't explain. Seems like they're growing in the belief that the home is haunted. Personally, I've never experienced anything that makes me believe in ghosts, but my wife and kids have a laundry list of things they feel are paranormal. My wife said she heard sounds of crying in the living room, someone talking to themselves in the laundry area, footsteps throughout the house, seen a person's shadow creeping along the hallway. My youngest child's bedroom is adjacent to the bathroom. Recently, he's woken up several times in the middle of the night saying there's a boy in his room, scaring him. He also mentioned there's been an elderly man lingering in the kitchen. Personally, I don't believe this because it's being caused by spirits. When something falls off my shelf in the garage, or I feel a sudden change in temperature, I chalk up things to more rational explanations. Regardless, I would like to resolve this issue for my family. I know it would mean a lot to them. Let me know when you are available to check out our home, Max Lauren. Oh, let's go check that out now. So this was the divorce agreement. Petitioner, respondent, Charles Allen and Lynn Allen, which are Allens, but the Wagners are Wagner and Thompson, I think, are the ones on this map. Changes create gateways. We'll take this. This should mostly give us information about the grieving shadow in the living room and the boy as well, which I believe, if I am correct, those two are tied together. We have done zero investigation of here. Let's see what we find. Sorry, trying to squeeze it in as much as I possibly can.
The Lorentz have a bit of contrast within their family about their home being haunted. It's interesting that Max is not convinced, yet the rest of his family is concerned. He also didn't provide any information stating he debunked their concerns. Sometimes skeptics just want to dispute everything. I'm sure I'll be able to find enough evidence to support their claims and put their minds at ease.
Buddy. Once again, I just love it. Look at this, up and down the street. It just feels so alive. And then here's me. And then here's me just hanging out. All right, let's go in, see if we can't find some EMF. Immediately turn this on. Just turn on the lights around this area. Go. There. I happen to know, because we did this map before, a reset where we can get some information about these ghosts. Mostly we're going to end up seeing... Okay, triggered her right away.
That's extraordinary audio evidence.
It was not what I was after. That was not what I was interested in the slightest. I didn't mean to, like, dismiss you right away, madam. I'm sorry. See if we can't get some anomalous EMF behavior. Nevertheless, pretty decent house. Step into a fair-sized living room, gigantic TV. I kind of wish I had one like that. Have a nice piano here. It's pretty cool. Kitchen is a little spaced apart. That's something. Oh, hey. Nice. Nice. French door. It's pretty okay. I hate that kind of thing. Garage is a bit small, but it actually is pretty decent. It's everything. There is a bathroom here. There's 1, 2, 3 bedrooms up here. We're gonna go down and check out the laundry room. We're getting a 2 off of something. We're getting a 4 off the speaker. 5, but this is normal. So yeah, pretty good basement. Honestly, wish I had a basement. Is that a spice grinder? Oh, you got some cool stuff down here. This little sitting area, craft area. Oh, look at that. D. Allen. Kid's got decent grades. Not here. Here. Satisfactory, unsatisfactory. He didn't do so well in the later parts of the year. It's good in art. Good in handwriting. Applied spelling, I fell off on that. Was never good at language arts. Mathematics got worse. Oh, you had a nice bright spot in February. Reading, he got really good at reading. That's nice, kiddo. I think there used to be a photo you could find here of the demon on fire. I'm picking up this information over here. I mean, as far as storing stuff goes, they do a pretty good job in this house as well. I love... Excuse? I love the detail, honestly, that the dev has put in for just like making everywhere feel alive. It feels alive. This feels like a true lived-in house. The sizes are also kind of proportional for everything as well. It's not like you see in some video games where oh the HVAC's on. Where things are just too big, right? HVAC again. Tell me, Conrad. Nothing wrong about this.
These temperature fluctuations appear to be normal.
Like, this is a fairly large room, but this doesn't feel unreal for a master bedroom. The damage along here where everything's kind of worn. You can see where there was like wainscoting at some point, or maybe they had all around the house, so it's probably wainscoting as opposed to like they had like a decal applied along there at some point. Maybe the Wagners were some of the first owners of the home. Seems like a very old kind of concept, but again, it's around everywhere. Probably wainscoting that was up at some point. Yeah, just everything feels real, lived in. There's a couple magazines. This nice little display piece here. There's an Xbox, a controller in the living room. There's one in the kids' room as well. Everything feels accurate. Oh, that's anomalous. Just one little spike of EMF5. Oh.
What a rare experience to take a photo of.
I'm sorry. Kathy? I think her name was Kathy? Why do you keep appearing on top of me? Like, honest. Honest to goodness, darling. We got a spike of EMF5 and then she showed up. One of the things we can watch out for is EMF spike. We are. That I'm way too late on picking up. Get out. She does not want us here. We are certainly being annoying. See if we can pick up anything.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak?
Let's just go through and see what we can get. We'll do 2 passes, maybe? So we don't have any audio evidence on her.
Is there anyone here who would like to?
She just seems strangely active. She has appeared more than any ghost has in this game so far. We did bring a lot of evidence on her, though.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Is there anything you want to tell me?
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
The only reason why I don't think her name is Kathy is because there was a Kathy Defoe on the Jefferson Street
Do you
map.
know why I'm here?
Jefferson Street location, and I don't believe there are 2 Kathys, as common as Kathy is for a female name.
Do you know why I'm here?
My mom knew a Kathy.
How many people are here other than me?
I think at least 3, but there might be a garage poltergeist on this one. No?
How many people are here
Right.
other than me?
Right. I would love to use the Paravox, but since that doesn't count for
Is this your
collectible
home?
audio, it's really just used for fun.
Is this
In the
your
sense
home?
of solving the puzzle, it's definitely better to do these. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Do you like the current family living here?
Come on, Kathy, give me some.
Do you like the
Cindy.
current family living here?
Whoever you are.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? I believe things as they go are...
Why are you here?
There was a divorce in the house, or there was a death in the house, and then the man got remarried, the husband. And that's kind of where things sort
Can you
of
tell me your name?
go downhill.
Can you tell me your
Definitely
name?
looks like a concrete floor and a carpet. Maybe it's just weird patterns from vacuuming or whatnot. See if we can get any spikes. No? Can we get temperature data? See, that's the kind of thing that
Can you tell me your name?
You gonna do something? You shut that door. I don't know who could pass that off and be like, "Oh, that house isn't haunted." Clearly, the door closed itself. I think I hear footsteps.
Why are you here?
I think I heard footsteps.
Why are you here?
We also have two notes that we got, which can activate the other ghosts a little bit more. Dude, I've gotten like nothing. Yeah, I've got like nothing. They don't want to do anything. They don't like me. I mean, clearly she doesn't like me. She told me to get out. It must be a bird or something.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
It must be a bird. Looks like the same radio that we saw on the other map. I wonder if I can go turn it on and if she'll do anything with it.
Can you tell me your name?
Tell me your name. Right, so I've gotten a photo.
Can you tell me
And
your
I've gotten like a piece of audio evidence, but I've not gotten anything else. I can maybe check around where, I mean, the boy should be over here. Turn the radio on? No, that's a strictly private Connor thing. There's also HVAC half blocked. Like, seriously, how much work did the dev do to try to make this feel as real as they possibly could? TV. No, that's normal. It's definitely no, it's a little chilly. I don't know if it's abnormal chilly though. It's just a cold
Nothing
spot.
paranormal about these temperature readings.
If we maybe can't get some on the Wagners. There we go. That is cold. Holy cow, dude. Sir. So cold.
These temp readings are unusual.
Giving off EMF too? Can I get the... Can I get EMF? No? No, no EMF off you? At least I was able to get something. Well, we're down here. Might as well, I know we do say some stuff. Can you give me something?
Do you know why I'm here?
I know you have voice data.
Can you tell me your name?
Don't believe the other ones come down here.
Name?
They said laundry. I'm just over here.
Do you like the current family living here?
Over to the laundry area.
Family living here?
What is it?
Wow,
Oh.
that sounded like a response.
Oh, it's the
Very
boy.
interesting.
The boy.
Can you tell me your name?
Okay, so you can get a little bit from the boy down here.
tell me your
There's
name?
maybe a bit of overlap in certain areas that you're allowed to get certain data. I thought he was more upstairs. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Right, whispering in the laundry area. We heard about that.
Do you know why I'm
You know
here?
why I'm here?
Do you know why I'm here?
Okay, the HVAC turned off.
Do you know why I'm here?
Did we get anything off that one? I swear I hear stepping.
Do you know why I'm here? Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
something.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Alright. Gotten some audio data. We've gotten a little bit of temperature data. She walks all around this area. She should be the active one, but we're not picking up anything off of that. See, that noise, that... It's like super high pitched. That thing that sounds like paranormal. Like, I'd swear. Shut up. I swear it's the kind of thing you hear on Sunny Meadows, but... I don't know. I can't recreate it. Oh, she's getting real mad. Give me it again. Tell me to leave. Tell me to go. I know you're mad. Oh.
Ooh, that is eerie audio evidence.
Oh, a what? Just walk around and keep this going.
What was that?
Anyone from the boy?
I captured it with a recorder.
What? I didn't even hear those. I'm glad I just straight up started recording. Although I could have sworn in some other stuff that I've seen that the dude walking down the stairs doesn't have like the driving cap. It straight up looked like P.T. Barnum. Another one off the boy. Dude, what is going on? Did I just hear laughing or crying? Yep, just another one off her.
Audio evidence.
Just picking stuff up, man. Yeah.
I'll keep that as audio evidence.
Hello? Is it a mare? Sorry, but I like the lights on. I like to be able to see the house. It's a cool house. Turn this off again. See, since we've been here more, things are kind of starting to pick up. That's why we're getting a little bit of stuff. This like irrefutable light turning off stuff. Come on, lady. I also need more temp data. I need one more temp, and I need 2 EMF. I haven't gotten any EMF. Again? No. What if I want this light on? What if I wanted to read in here, huh? Have you thought about that? What if I wanted to lead? What if I wanted to read? Your flush mount dome lights. Oh, that's just a normal temperature spot. It's kind of cold, but it's just this.
Looks like just a cold spot. Nothing paranormal.
That's cold, however. If I just hang out here when it's gonna turn the light off again. Let's just fight over this light. Getting EMF 3. Maybe we can EVP here.
Why are you here?
Can't.
Why are you here? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your name?
Come on. Stop. Stop. I'm gonna leave it on. I'm gonna go do some other stuff. Dude, seriously. No. There we go. Go.
Something
Like
is going
right
on here.
there.
These temperature readings are definitely paranormal.
However, I'm not. There we go. There's some EMF 5. Don't back me up into the other thing, though. No. I'm getting the stuff from there. That seems to be where I'm able to get the other things. She is definitely mad. Did I get that one before? I don't know if I got that one before. Come on. Do it again. Oh. Fine. Still need some paranormal lights. Quit turning that off. I don't believe she's all passive, though. It's like it's triggered to me. The boy definitely seems to recognize her.
I'll keep that as audio evidence.
Didn't even hear it. Got that.
I'll keep that as audio evidence.
I swear she has EVPs, though.
Can you tell me your name?
I swear she has EVPs. She's just not responding to any of it.
Can you tell me your name?
What you got? Can you turn that light off again?
Can you tell me your name?
I've gotten a good amount of evidence on this one.
Can you tell me your
I think
name?
at this point I just need to get EMF and then I can go out, I can add more notes and come back. I've not made
Why are you here?
a ton of progress on any one of them. I guess I have on her, right? Because I've filled up like half her audio stuff.
Why are you here?
I just haven't gotten a single one of these. I swear she responds.
Do you like the current family living here?
I swear she responds.
Do you like
See,
the
now
current
she's not
family
turning the light
living
off
here?
anymore either.
Is this your home?
Come on. I've gotten so many off the boy.
Is this your home?
Just randomly walking around recording. It's almost the way to go. You pick up passives you don't even hear.
How many people are here other than me?
Kind of sad I missed that one, but I don't know if I might have picked
How
it
many
up as just
people
one of
are
the
here
passives I wasn't
other
listening
than
to,
me?
because she's been saying a lot of leave and get out.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Yeah.
Is there
I'd hate to
anything
be
you'd
like
to tell
taking
me?
screenshots for this game, sitting here with all the UI off, waiting for someone to show up.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
Just wait on a ghost to show up so you can take their screenshot.
Is there anyone here who would like
I'd
to
have to look
speak
through the
with
community and see if there are any. Usually they have the UI up. Move over here. Didn't pick up anything on that one. Close that door again? Oh, you opened this door. Interesting. Very interesting. So I want to say his name's Harold. He moves along this area. That'd be most of the stuff we can end up picking up. That's pretty good. Fairly consistent for getting lights. Just gotta check the stairs. For the most part.
That's
Okay.
extraordinary audio evidence.
Got the boy again. Is he the one messing with the door? I walked in the closet and closed the door on myself. Don't worry, I'm just gonna hang out in here. It'll all be fine. Things are starting to go a little crazy for physical activity above everything else. It'd be cool to get... Jeez, man. If only there was some measure of being able to know what they did. Or we've been told there's whispers. Says there's not a light in this area. You're just going bonkers with that door. Hey. Whoa. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, no, 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 no. And something should be happening with that. Like, what's he up to? Or what are they up to? They've got a lot
These
going.
lights
There we go.
are acting funny. I should continue investigating.
Have I seriously not gotten a full EMF 5? There we go. What? I closed that and you opened it instantly. I swear I was picking up the boy yet again. They are seriously going completely bonkers up there. Going completely bonkers up there. But this has been my semi-consistent place we're getting. Come on. No? You're up the stairs? I just want my last EMF and I can leave. Footsteps.
Ooh, that is eerie audio evidence.
But I've not been getting active EVPs. Like, anywhere. Stop it. They're somewhat around here. I can just kind of like stand in this spot and something should happen eventually. There we go.
The EMF meter should not
Here we
be
go.
this way. This is paranormal.
Alright. It's kind of enough for a single investigation that is a full something. I can pick up a paramic. I think I should have enough for that. Maybe. And then I should be able to pick up the rest of my passives. Got tons of that. Plus, I can see what other archival data I have now that Conrad's been here and investigating that he can look up. Yay, full investigation. I do and don't like that it puts me here. Got that, and we got that. That's all we have for poultry. Still don't have it. Probably have to restart the game in order to get it to show up. Which means I cannot get rid of that ghost. Here again. Check the archives for Poke Street. Here we have the obituaries for Helen Wagner and for David Allen. And a police call. Dispatch received a call on Polk Street where they heard a loud, angry screaming from the house next door. Loud bangs thereafter. Caller stated that they wanted to remain anonymous. Arrived at the residence at 6:02. Woman answered the door. She identified herself as Deborah Allen. Sorry, that's her name is Deborah. Remain calm and respectful while we discussed. If asked anything, she replied that her stepson was in the room. Asked if I could talk to him. Answered yes. Boy identified himself as David Allen. Said he was 10 years old. Appeared to have been crying. Had fresh scratches on both sides of his neck. Very sad. Child abuse. But when I inquired about the observation, he said allergies were bothering him and he had no idea how he got the scratches. I did not press him any further. I asked Deborah about my observations of David, and she replied, "Do you know how boys are? They're always roughhousing or something." So David Allen, 84 to 2015. That's a while. Surviving his father Charles. Funeral services be held at 10 a.m. on August 15th, 2015. The Fellowship of Congregational Church. I mean, I got married that year. I was born after him. So it's not like somebody died as a child. Helen, we can take this. We can take David's report card by the laundry. The Wagners look happy. Helen was loved. And then changes great gateways. Decent amount of information to be able to go back. And then 134, I believe, is enough. Look under audio for the parabolic mic. It's definitely one worth taking, as that does record audio for us. However, let's look here at our audio, in fact. Oak Street, Perpetual Presence. Shadow. Hillboy Blue. Let's turn this up.
What's that?
What's that?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Wish you'd leave. She's so mean.
She's so mean. I feel like the current family living here.
I live here.
They live here. 12 tracks. Holy cow. Alright. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 6 missing. 1, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1 passive missing, and then almost all the EVP questions. Wonderful. That's when you get for bumping into her. Yep, laughing. What? Don't stay mad? Don't say something.
Leave.
Yep.
Get out.
Okay, so we're missing 1, 4, 6, and 7. 1, 4, 6, 7. So I'm seeing like 4 of them off of the Grieving Shadow. And the Perpetual Presence, we got 1. I just won't die. You know what? Evergreen, Ghost in the Kitchen. GI Ghost. Got everything 4. Shadowy Screamer, 5, 4, 1. So there's 2 we're missing off the Shadowy Screamer, and apparently they're passive. Skipping Child, we got everything on. 1, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. Alright, well, I guess maybe they're not in perfect orders. However, back off to Polk Street and see what we can get. A couple more photos need to be grabbed. Now that we're here, go ahead and pick up everything. So we'll take in our normal course of things, but we will replace with this. So features parabolic microphone dish and a viewing monocle. Through high-fidelity headphones, the investigator can hear a range of sounds at extended distances. Unlike the industry standard, we do not leave sound devices on all night. Our investigators will turn on the parabolic mic for 5-second intervals. Some ghostly sounds, such as distant bells or chimes, may not be captured with the recorder, but are obviously signs of paranormal activity. The equipment is designed to amplify distant sounds, not suited for electronic voice phenomenon sessions. Let me just flip through these real quick. Get that on. Make sure of anything needing batteries. We're fine. Let's see if we can pick up anything just from outside. Can we walk around the back of the house? So there's fence here. Turning it on and pointing it at the house, see what we get. Looks like this might be open and we can walk around to the back. There is a backyard. It's pretty fair. Not huge. Good enough for a barbecue. I'd be very happy with it. That's for certain. Quite happy with it. We're in the house. Just turn on the lights again. Wave this around and see what we pick up. Certificate of marriage. Charles Allen and Deborah Tyler. That's gonna be fine. Of course, we have to find different pieces of evidence like that that are going to be laying around. Look for anything that might be out of place or different. And you might remember, we did not go into this room previously. Just be a kid's room. Teenager, maybe of some sort. Or even a guest room with just like a simple bed. But as we explore, more data and everything comes up and is around. So just try to pick up passive VPs that may be going on. I've not gotten before. Trying to get any of the remaining notes that are spawning on the map. Heard that. Oh.
That was a very unusual noise. I'll keep that as evidence.
This one, of course I've seen Instant play the game. He regards it as very powerful. I kind of agree with that sentiment. It definitely seems like it has some... It's got some good range to it. Just gonna keep spamming it and seeing what we pick up.
Ooh, that is eerie audio evidence.
So, see, like we got something we didn't even hear. Is there are things happening. Definitely want to check around and see what we can determine in the way of notes. Are important. I didn't look at what we had compiled to see kind of how many were left. Some of them are on the floor like we had seen, some of them will be sitting on things, but we definitely have to keep our eyes out for where they might be. That one's over there. Why is there toast in the toaster? There's seriously just straight up toast in the toaster. Oven light is on. I have some questions about that specifically.
Ooh, that is eerie audio evidence.
Hi, bud.
Incredible. I captured a ghost on film.
Alright, so he does go, in fact, into the basement.
That's extraordinary audio evidence.
See if I can't pick up some... F. No. That might have been some of the things I was getting. Is that David? The boy in blue? He looks like he choked. But ultimately, essentially, what's going to come down to that is something happened, and like maybe if his childlike spirit is what is attached to here, so we know of David's passing, whether or not that's attached to Deborah or what else is going on. Just running around trying to get evidences. They are certainly important to the investigation. I feel like I'm hearing some stuff. Just waiting, running, getting... Oh, that's the HVAC. Just the HVAC. Just the HVAC. That's where you can combine certain things, right? Like you can just sprint around and see when things turn on, when you start getting your investigation notice, and then you can look at the actual thermometer and see how cold it is. If it's cold, like this, then yeah, that's paranormal. That is paranormal. But if it's just like a couple degrees lower, that is not paranormal. You know, I don't like what's going on here. The amount of chasing you down I have to do. Could you hold still? Not put me on the tail end of getting this? I want the evidence, please. Can I EVP with this? No, I can't. I can just pass it with it, but still, it's pretty strong. Just kind of keep going about it.
Oh, that was a very unusual noise. I'll keep that as evidence.
Wagner, buddy. I'm sorry for you, my homie. Apparently at some point in time also there was a like background value for it. Oh, okay, cool.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, dude, I am almost done with that ghost. It's wild. Just because of like scanning with this, frankly, almost OP device. I did bring a lot of notes for him too. I should maybe go into some of his areas and just run EVP, see if I can't get the last thing, if there is any. That might be the best thing to do. It would be cool to get a full investigation. You know what? Let's do this. This is the dots pen, which creates, you know, dots, of course. We'll put this here, looking at the hallway, which does its thing. We can turn this off and then we can see the hall. Creates its whole deal. Let's pretend that we're going to use all of our equipment. The dots pen, so far, there is nothing that necessarily requires the dots pen. but we can look at it in the hallway. See it being cool.
Is there anything you'd like to
See
tell
what
me?
else we can pick up off of these. I'm getting some Discord messages. We'll see what's up.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Run through all these.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
I do wish to get the last of the little boy blue.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
My butt.
Do you know why I'm
No, I
here?
am here. Come on.
Do you know why I'm here?
Anything? Bueller?
How many people are here other than me?
I know there's some other stuff because like the little boy talks about Deborah, and I believe because that's David Allen. So
How many
Deborah
people are
was his
here
stepmother.
Other than me?
Didn't like her. She was mean to him.
Can you tell me your name?
I wonder if that's the last one. The little one tells me his name is David.
Can you tell me your name?
We'll go down into the bedroom down there and check that out.
Why are you here?
But look at this. And that's kind of what we'll get in Phasmo too. Like, not necessarily this,
Why are you here?
but I am actually looking forward to that. I am looking forward to the tier 1 dots in
Do you like the
Phasmo
current
and
family
like
living here?
the active being able to point it around and follow and track the ghost when it's in dot state.
Do you like
That
the
has
current
me
family
excited.
living here?
That has me very excited.
Is this your home?
Yeah. So I know it's not this one. I can skip over this.
Is this your home?
Close EVP. We'll run down here to David's area and we'll just do it again.
Can you tell me your name?
Tell me your name. Why are you here? Do you live here? How many are there?
Can you tell me your name?
Don't know which one it is.
Why are you here?
We have also seen David go into the basement, so
Why are
in
you
the
here?
basement would also probably be a pretty good area. We know the Wagners are in the kitchen.
Is this your home?
Mr. Wagner's in the kitchen.
Is this your home?
Just being all the shadows tonight, just assaulting me.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me? Is there anyone here
Here
who would
who
like,
would like
to speak with me?
me? Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Could you imagine? The shadow, the ghost is so
Is there
blue.
anything you'd like to tell me?
He's blue. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you know why I'm here?
Because again, it's kind of
Do you
it's a
know why
sad
I'm here?
house. You know, we see like obviously things aren't good with his stepmom. Things are falling
How many
apart
people
for
are
him.
here?
Someone
me?
is hurting him. Just terrible. Terribleness.
many
Although that
people
was
are
in
here
like the 80s,
other than
90s,
me?
and he died in 2015. So like there was a good while that he was not in those circumstances. Yeah. I mean, they've seen him in here, so let's try it
Is there
here.
anyone here who would like to speak with me?
There's that noise again that almost sounds like a car drifting.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
Seriously, like car noise.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
He did mention stuff in the garage, but so far as I've known, nothing has
Is
happened in
there
the
anything
garage.
you'd like to tell
I don't
me?
even know if that ghost is still active.
Do you know why I'm here?
Do you know why I'm here?
Do you know why I'm here?
Would it help to get the other evidences?
Wish she'd leave.
I missed it. I missed it by a lot. David is very active, by the way.
Wish she'd leave.
What is she doing
Can you
here?
tell me your name?
That's what I'm hearing, which I think is something we've had before.
Can you tell me your name?
I would hate for it to be a passive, and we just have to like hope it happens.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
The fun.
Is this your home?
Maybe it's this one. I think it's one of these.
Is this your home?
He has responded to one of them. I'm assuming he'll respond to another.
How many people are here other than me?
I'm hoping to see another ghost too.
How many people are here
Other than me. Hmm?
Do you know why I'm here?
Nope, nothing. Also, I haven't seen another document
Do
anywhere.
you know why I'm here?
Dun-dun-dun.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
I need to get more experience.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Uh-huh.
Is there anyone here who would like to
Like
speak
to
with
speak
me?
with me. Alright, I guess I'll go back and get the other one and just kind of like scan about.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
Close the menu. It's like suddenly things calm down a little bit. It was going wild there for a minute. Things are chill. Where'd you go? No, Deborah. Deborah. Deborah, don't do this to me. I keep going for E. It's F. I think one of the things about this too is that it does slightly dull up noises. So it's like I have my headphones on. So you kind of get a bit of what you would hear in a legit situation. I am just kind of like spam clicking. Eventually.
What was that? I'm glad I captured it with a recorder.
Nothing new though. We can just kind of like do this.
That was a very unusual noise. I'll keep that.
And we get all the ghosts. Here it is again. It looks like there's... Seriously, it looks like there's smudges on the TV. Like, really? We're getting all the audio evidence in the world. We're not doing so hot with the EMF. The electromagnetics are behaving in expected ways. Got the one manifestation of David. Is anyone out here? Hello? What you doing? Where you at? This has been like our EMF spot. Continues to be the place we get EMF. No? Done? Done? Why though? You just do a little bit of EMF and leave. Excuse me. Why'd you just do a little bit and leave? That. Now's when things are going to get difficult. Like, evidence is getting a little sparse. HVAC is starting up, of course.
That was a very unusual noise.
All right.
I'll keep that as evidence.
It's new.
Ooh, that is eerie audio evidence.
2 of them.
That's extraordinary audio evidence.
Hey. Hear him.
Wow, that's great audio evidence.
It was super cold a second ago. I think that was it. No? Does it like specifically want me in this area of the house? Go. And now it's going. Now it's getting a little spicy.
These lights are acting funny. I should
Are they now?
continue investigating.
Are they now? They kind of stopped. I mean, we've gotten about everything. On. Hit me with your best shot, buddy. What you got? What you got? I think it's one of those things too where like I just keep spamming it, which is I'm gonna capture kind of like whatever, whether or not I hear it or whether or not it's actually playing something.
Wow,
It seems to be
that's great
giving me
audio
some stuff. I'm almost done with hers. So it's almost like, you know, it be giving up evidences, man. Am I kidding?
What was that? I'm glad I captured it with a recorder.
Damn. I was gonna say, I'm not getting a ton of his.
I'll keep that as audio evidence.
Look at this. Just stretches of huge stuff.
What was that? I'm glad I captured it with a recorder.
Stretches of huge ones. Compiled with like intermediate nothing. I get it? Two of
I'll
them.
keep that as audio evidence.
How many does that little guy have? I wonder if I'm bugging it out ever so slightly. I think something. I didn't hear what it was, but I heard there was something. I want my EMF data. I've been getting mostly in this area. This is where like activity stays pretty high. Come on. Oh, golly gee willikers. Golly gee willikers. Getting some more audio? You've been going up for the audio, y'all.
Wow, that's great audio evidence.
How many does he have? Is this bar not exactly proportional to it? This will give me the one EVP question. I've not gotten any more.
What was that? I'm glad I captured it with a recorder. These temp readings are unusual.
Give it, give it, give it. Yes, 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 yes. No, 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 homie. Homie. I am the Sag. Keep getting that. I would love to get a photo of the final ghost on this map. Please? I've barely gotten anything for the shadow on Jefferson too, so this would be pretty strong for aiming out of the garage. Alright, let's go try another EVP, I guess. From in here, in the kid's bedroom.
Can you tell me your name?
See if maybe that's the last piece I need and we're just not getting it.
Can you tell me your name?
Sorry about that if bone poppin' bothers you.
Why are you here?
Otherwise, I guess I'll just bounce. It's so... I have been having so much trouble getting temperature and EMF on this map. It's been such a pain.
Do you like the current family living here?
I can also do a little bit more research into some of the stories that are going on. Helen was loved. Like, the Wagners were happy.
Like
I'm not entirely sure why he's attached himself. Like, the grief of the loss of his wife is what has attached him to this house.
Is this
just
your home?
Sad and unfortunate.
How many people are here
Other than me? I think that's the one he responds to.
How many people are here other than me?
That's where. He responds to at least one of these.
Do you know why I'm here?
Would you like to speak with me?
Is there anything you'd like to tell me? Is there anything you'd like to tell me? Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
And then not getting much else. Just go spam more audio collection.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
Almost the thing to do is just turn this on as you move around. Of passively capture passive audio. Since they love to be kind of talkative at certain times and it's hard to catch that sort of thing. Like that, I didn't hear. Oh, it was him.
Ooh, that is eerie audio evidence.
It was him. I was wondering what that was that I just bumped into down here, and it was oh boy. This is normal, right? From what I can tell.
Nothing paranormal about these EMF readings.
Yeah, it's just the HVAC. I saw this little basketball head pop up right here, and he disappeared. What are we getting? Tell me what you want. Anything from Burger King? Or Wendy's? How about some toast? Probably stale.
I'm glad I captured it with a recorder.
I don't know when it was done. See, because like it keeps showing up as though I'm getting new stuff. And that cannot be accurate. I didn't get all of my EMF or temperature data. I don't even think I got temperature data, to be honest, but I did get a photo, which is big. Yeah, I got one reading for each of those. Tons of audio and a photo. So decent experience for the map. Did 92 at that data. Spirit Beyond.
Spirit, turn off the music.
Alrighty. Let's go see what we have in the way of documents, because we can at the very least make one more trip back just to pick up anything that might be laying around the house. Nope, we have them all. We have every bit of it now, because there's this here. Where Deborah was concerned enough about her mental health that she got help. So I have everything for this. It's really just audio at this point that needs to be picked up. And speaking of, so we have 2, 1. What? Oh, because that switches entities. So 12. It makes it sound like I need to get the rest of his EVP session stuff.
What's that?
What's that?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? He's acknowledging me.
Who are you?
Who are you? Once again, acknowledging me.
She'd leave.
Wish he'd leave.
She's so mean.
She's so mean.
We were happier before. We were happier before.
We were happier before.
I live here.
I live here.
My pills. My pills.
My pills.
Get out.
Yeah, that's the unhappy stuff.
Don't stay mad.
Stay mad, I think.
Love you.
Love you. The like laugh crying, and then the very sad crying. Yeah, I think the little boy is just suggesting that I need to do a whole bunch of other stuff. I will look into that later. The Perpetual Presence, we have a few tracks on. Very sad, misses his wife. Why poor Helen? Living a little too long. What? You can see them? Interesting. And of course. All the stuff from our poltergeist friend, Evergreen. I go, Shadowy Screamer, Sleeping Child, Dr. Bonesaw. We have a lot from Deidre Hurley. We have The Ghost on Fire, Rhonda, and yeah, Kathy Defoe. Rhonda's Shadow. That's also Rhonda Defoe. The Lost Reverend. Oh boy, Blue. There's so much more to do in this game. We haven't really gotten to the point where there's anyone that we can release, mostly because the only things that we have are for ghosts that aren't included in the schedule just yet. But next time, I'm going to collect more information on the rest of these ghosts and tell more of their sad stories and let them go. Because why should they have to suffer here when their time is definitely over? And until then, I have been the Dorakaiser. The world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. And may the power protect you. Always. Let me take one quick check that Pandora's still alive, because if Pandora is, we should go check Pandora. No, but Moose is. Moozy is live. Let's quick pop open Muse's stream to get her name. Boot this tab. Moose is playing Outlast Trials. So /raid. Moose Mystery, let's go. Enjoy the LS trials. We'll see you around another time. Bye.
Probably should finish up this one last